All right, for this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you a little bit about how to use the materials interface. So I'm going to bring that up right now. I'm going to bring up the materials by using my pre-made shortcut MT. And for this tutorial, I'm mostly going to be using this black shingles material to show you around the interface a little bit. So as you can see, I'm going to come over here to the Appearance tab. And some of the first things to notice is, of course, up here, it's going to show you what your material will look like. And you can change the way that this picture displays by clicking on the box here and clicking Scene. And you can change it to be whatever you'd like. You can make it a sphere or a cube, whatever fits best with the type of material this is. And for this one, I think it makes the most sense to me to just have a plain canvas. Makes it really easy to see exactly what I have. Now moving down in generic, here of course is the image that we've used. You can change the fading of the image. Here I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see it a little bit better. With the image fade, you can change how faded the image is. That's pretty self-explanatory. We want to keep this at 100%. And then next is glossiness. And since this material is shingles, they're not very glossy. They don't reflect a lot of light. And this mostly makes a difference when you get into rendering. If it's super glossy, it's going to reflect a lot of light and look almost shiny. And shingles do a little bit of that, but not a ton. So I'm going to set that to a glossiness of 10 for these shingles. And then down at highlights, you can make it metallic or non-metallic, and it kind of has a similar effect to the glossiness. So next moving down, you can change reflectivity. And if you select on that, you can change, again, more of how it reflects. And you can make it more oblique, more direct. But we're not going to mess with that for this one. You can change the transparency of our image. We'll go ahead and click the box to apply that. And you can make it more or less see-through. Over here, it's 83% transparent, so it's basically a window. We don't want this one to be transparent at all. So we'll go ahead and just click it down onto 0. The next one I want to show you is self-illumination. And now again, for the roof, this isn't super applicable. You're not going to have your roof glowing. But say you're trying to create a light or something like that, you can come in here to have it have some self-illumination. You can change the filter color in here. Let's do an extreme example to kind of show what that would do. You can kind of see there's a little undertone of red now in here. And you can have dim glow, LED, lamp shades, all kinds of different things, and custom color temperatures. But for the roof, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, so we're not going to have any self-illumination. Next is the bump tag. And what it's going to do when you click on that is it's going to want you to bring up an image. And now at the time you downloaded your image that you're using as a material, if you have a paid subscription to say Google SketchUp Texture Club, then it will give you a bump that you can be able to use. But for those of us who aren't paying for a subscription, you can go ahead and just use the same image that you used for your material for that. And what this is going to do is it's going to make it so that it's a little bit easier to see the texture in your image when it renders. And something important to note when you do that is this image is going to come in out of scale. As you can see, it's showing 1 foot from here to here and 1 foot from here to here. And we want that to match what we have up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on our previous image. And it looks like we have a 3 foot by 3 foot square. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate that again by clicking on the picture here scrolling down. Oh, undo that. Sometimes it likes to move things around. There we go. We'll scroll down to scale sample size. I'm going to go ahead and type in 3 feet and click done. And that will just help with your rendering and make everything show up a little bit more clear. And you can change how intensely it follows that to add that texture. So we're going to go ahead and put it right about there. And the last thing on this interface on this page is tint. And that is simply if you want to change the color of what you have up here. Or yeah, to change how that looks. So if we want it to be a little bit more green, here's a really extreme example of lime green. I was going to make us have some lime green shingles. But so you can be able to find, if you're thinking about a brown roof, you can be able to pull that off and go ahead and just have fun and create your own colors by moving these things around, seeing what fits best for your building. But I like the color of the shingles as they are. So that's just a little bit about how to use the materials interface.